Okay, so you see a title like this one, and right away you're hooked, right? I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio, Donald Trump, and some secret story that connects them? It's exactly the kind of thing we love to dig into and break down for you. But this time, well, this time things got a little weird. The title just screams intrigue, doesn't it? It promises this amazing link between two of the most famous people on the entire planet. And your mind immediately starts racing, trying to figure out what it could possibly be. But as we started to build this explainer, we just hit a brick wall, a really unexpected one. So, as you probably know, every single one of these explainers starts in the exact same place, with the source material. We take an article, a report, or in this case, a YouTube video, and that becomes our blueprint. For us, the source, well, it's everything. It's the whole foundation. Right. So we grabbed the source video, the one with that incredible title, and we pulled the transcript. And this is it. This is what we got. The entire transcript. No, it's not some secret code. It's not a language that translates into a big story. Well, it's nothing. There's literally nothing here for us to explain. And that brings us to the single most important rule we have here. We call it source integrity, and it's our absolute fundamental promise to you. We don't guess, we don't invent stories, and we absolutely never, ever add information that wasn't in the original source. We're here to explain what's there, not to make stuff up.
So this puts us in a really interesting spot. It forces us to ask a crucial question. Can we build a factual, trustworthy explainer out of nothing more than a catchy title? Could we just start speculating, guess what the story might be? The short answer is a hard no, and it's really important to understand why.
We had to hit pause on this topic. And look, it's not because it isn't fascinating, it totally is. We had to stop because going any further would have meant breaking that core promise we just talked about, the promise to give you clarity that's based on actual facts. And this slide right here really lays it all out. On one side, you've got what a real, workable source gives us: facts, data, quotes, a narrative you can follow, details you can actually check. And on the other side, what this source gave us: a great title, and that's it. A totally empty transcript. Building a story from that wouldn't be explaining, it'd be pure guesswork. And that's just not what we do. So it all comes down to this rule right here. It's rule number one, and for us, it's everything. If we tried to build a story about DiCaprio and Trump from this source, we would be breaking that rule. We'd be inventing content. And your trust in us, well, it would be gone. And we will simply never, ever do that. Okay, so instead of just calling it a dead end and moving on, let's talk solutions. What would we actually need to tell this story the right way? To live up to the promise of that awesome title. This is basically our wish list. This is what's missing. We'd need a real news article that lays out the details, or maybe a report with a clear timeline of events. Even just a video that had a real substantive transcript we could work with. Bottom line, we need any kind of source that gives us actual verifiable facts. A headline is just the cover of the book. We still need the pages. This whole thing really boils down to one simple commitment we've made. We're here to bring you clarity and real understanding. We're not here to just cash in on a catchy title to get your attention. If the substance isn't there in the source material, we're not going to pretend that it is, period. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. For all of us, really, we live in a world with just this endless fire hose of headlines, all fighting for a second of our time. And this was the perfect example of a title that promised an amazing story but had absolutely nothing behind it. It's a really powerful reminder to ask ourselves, how often do we actually look past the headline and check the source? How often do we make sure the story is even there? It's definitely something to think about.